Daein army takes to the field and deals a heavy blow to the army of the Laguz Alliance. This sudden aggression shocks the Alliance like a lightning bolt on a clear day. With their only avenue of retreat blocked, the forces of the Laguz Alliance begin to despair. As the last shred of hope is fading, Skrimir appears before his troops and rallies them on, bolstering their failing strength. Gallian morale is further improved by the appearance of Damar and Ike's forces, who aid the Beast Army with talent and steel.
Chapter 7, Rivals Collide. The Daein army is working with Benyon? That's unexpected, to say the least.
Why would Daein join the war? I thought all their resources would be tied up in reconstruction.
Yeah, that bothers me too. There's something weird about all this. Didn't Daein resent Benyon's occupation? Why would they be so quick to help out their former enemy?
Why does not matter. We are running out of time. We must deal with this quickly if we are to get home.
General Skrimir, have you recovered from your wounds already?
Yes, do not underestimate the healing power of the Beast Tribe. Alright, everyone's here. Let's begin the meeting.
The immediate threat is the Daein army. They're dug in around the area that we'll have to use to cross the Raban. Maybe we can find another spot to cross? No, we can't afford it. If we waste any more time, the Central Army will catch up to us. If that happens, we're dead. Randolph, tell me your impression of the Daein army. Anything special? Well, there weren't very many of them, but the morale was really up there. Their commander seemed very clever as well. It must be the Maiden of Dawn. Who? She was the hero of the recent Daein uprising. Micaiah is her name, if I recall correctly. Supposedly, she has performed miracles and turned many losing battles into victories. An interesting figure. Miracles? I'm finding that a bit hard to swallow. Are you sure about that? Who knows? Personally, I doubt it. All I know is that the Daein army believes in her miracles, which makes her dangerous. This Maiden of Dawn is supposed to be the savior of Daein, whose miraculous powers freed her people from tyranny. In other words, her followers are fanatics who see her as a goddess. She will make a formidable enemy. If we attack them from head on, if the fighting won't stop until one side is decimated. There's gotta be a way to avoid that, right? What about a decoy force like we've used in the past?
The decoy only worked because the enemy didn't expect it. I wouldn't count on the same strategy working twice.
Not necessarily. The Empire assumes superiority over all other countries. Benyon is only using the Daein army as a pawn to stop us, and likely won't care if it is destroyed in the process. As such, the Daein army is most likely uninformed about our past tactics. You might have a point there. I went scouting after the fog cleared, and their forces looked really unprepared to fight us. They had no ballista, and they hadn't fielded any fire mages. I felt like they didn't know a thing about fighting Laguz. Then we should definitely have a decoy force hit them head on, while the bulk of the army crosses the river in the meantime. I'll head up the decoy force then. The armies of Gallia and Phoenicus can cross the river while we fight. I'll go with you, Ike. Daein would get suspicious if they didn't see any Laguz in the enemy force.
Sounds like a plan to me. Take some of my men as well if you want. I don't want their talons getting dull.
The Laguz Alliance may have lost the war of might, but we haven't lost the war to save the lives of our brothers. This fight will be ours.
Yes! With the fangs and wings of the Laguz and the knowledge of the Bjork, we will return home.
Daein cannot stop us now, just as they could not stop us during the Mad King's War. We can do this! And now we're back to controlling Ike's party. Awesome. So, it happens to be that I have a very rare and precious item in my possession. Which one of you thinks you deserve a gift?
Oh, me, I want it!
No, Captain, you should give it to me. After all, I'm your faithful servant.
What? No way! That stuffy know-it-all doesn't need it. Look at me! I'm so tiny and helpless, I need all the help I could get. You wouldn't want me to get hurt, would you?
A stuffy know-it-all? Oh, I say, how dare you, madam! Captain Randolph, you know that rewarding her behavior will only encourage her to act up in front of others. Have I not always followed your orders without question, both quickly and effectively? Alright. Sheesh. You know, I personally don't really care which of you gets it.
You hold it right there, Kiza. I think you just called me a brat.
I'm always stating the obvious. If you don't like it, don't act so childish.
You stuck-up alley cat.
Stuck up? Your mother would be ashamed at your lack of manners. Stop already. I'm sorry I asked. Obviously, I have to make the decision for you. Alright, Kiza, this is yours. Take it. Oh, thank you, thank you! You made me the happiest person in the army, Captain. Ha!
What? Why? Why didn't you give it to him?
He's your commanding officer.
That's not fair! He's a stuffy old bore, and I'm wearing my prettiest collar.
Forget it, liar. The captain knows who slaves day and night to keep the army running smoothly.
Oh, no, the captain loves his mine. All mine, give it to me!
If you want it, you'll have to take it.
Oh, you're dead!
What is it with you two? That howl scroll is going to be pretty nice, actually. Let me go and put that on Ranulph. I need capacity for that. Okay, well, I guess I don't need Wrath then. Not like I thought I did anyway. And instead, I can give that to someone else. Let's see. Don't know if it'll really help her, but hey. Now, for this chapter, I need to... Well, I actually don't need to do much. I don't believe I need Heather for anything else now, so we can get rid of her stuff. Can't think of anyone who would want pass right now, so I mean... Not I mean, but... Not quite yet. Let's move on. The Lagoos failed to cross the river. This is their last chance to try. This time, they'll attack with Beork as well.
So, you know what that means. If we end up fighting Beork...
I know. We'll probably be fighting the Grail mercenaries. I'm aware. It's not going to be pretty.
So, tell me more about Commander Ike.
Why? He used to hate it when I say anything about him.
I want to know more about the man I'll be fighting against. What kind of a person is he?
Well, let's see. He's generous. He doesn't care about petty things. He holds no prejudice against the Goose, nor does he care about the opinions of the nobles. He's a master swordsman. He accomplishes everything he sets out to do. He's a true hero.
I see. He sounds quite different from King Peleus.
Micaiah, they don't even compare. King Peleus lacks any leadership or decision-making skills.
That may be, but I believe in King Peleus. His heart is in the right place. I believe in his virtuous nature and his commitment to being a good king.
Even though he would set you out on a war that doesn't involve Daein at all? A war of bigotry and hate fighting on the same side as our real enemies? You're smarter than this, Micaiah.
So, we've been through this. I know we're about to fight Ike and the Grail mercenaries, but
It's time, shall we? Those two are still here. So much for friendly advice, I guess. Now it's friends against friends. Things are getting crazy around here. I forgot to do something. I wanted to look at the bargain bin. Not like you can afford anything anyway. We'll scroll some All by Grass. I'm actually good on All by Grass for the time being. And plus I got my Lagoon Stones too. Yeah, let's move on. Alright, this chapter. I used to really like this in my teens when I first played this game. Now, I kind of think it's one of the worst designed maps in the entire game. There are enemies everywhere across the river. You can cross through the swamp, deal with this group here, there, everywhere. All you gotta do is survive for 12 turns. But it doesn't feel like a survive mission at all. You're gonna want to move in and attack and, you know, form a wall around you and stuff like that. It just doesn't make much sense To me, anyway. There are also a few stragglers out here. The real kicker is that this is another Friends vs. Friends chapter. Everyone from the Daein army is, for the most part, present. They're gonna have all the items and weapons that you had on them as of the last chapter. And depending on how strong they are, they might give you a rough time. Micaiah is the boss of this chapter. You don't need to worry too much about her. She'll never move. Most of these returning characters, much like with Leith and Mordecai in the previous chapter, if they're defeated while they're enemy controlled, they don't die, they just run away and they'll come back later. And yeah, there really isn't much to say. You can have certain characters recruit either Zyark or Jill, and have them switch over to Ike's party for the remainder of Part 3, but that's ill-advised if you're playing the higher difficulties. The only reason I did it in my previous playthrough of this game was just because I thought it would be a fun thing to do for something different. And you're more than welcome to do that if that strikes your fancy, but not for me, so... Because of this, once you reach this middle section, it's going to be really difficult for your horseback units to traverse the swamp. It's pretty much impossible, really, unless, I don't know, unless you give them like 20 movement or something like that, but I don't have the means to do that. So yeah, the first real battle of Ike versus Micaiah, and if you somehow manage to get these two to fight each other, you can hear another song that you normally can't hear until very late in the game. But what if I told you that this is the easiest chapter in the entire frickin' game? You can just sit here and let the game play itself. Oops, what did he say? The enemy is on the move. They're crossing the river. There are humans among the beasts. Here he comes. Without the advantage of an ambush, this fight is sure to be tougher than our last one. At most, I think you're only going to have to fight like 3 enemies in this chapter. It's laughable. Just... yeah. Okay, maybe more than 3, but still. After a little while, these guys will show up. Ulki and Janaff. You can safely ignore them, because if they survive this chapter, they'll automatically join your party in the next chapter. But if you want them right now, you can have either Ike or Rayson talk to either of them. Exactly what I'm going to do here. Ulki, what are you doing here? Orders of the king. I'm here to assist you. Oh, I get it. You're here to guard Rayson. Shh, Ike, please. I cannot let the prince hear about this. Please pretend that I'm only here to assist you. I beg of you. Sure, it's fine with me. Whatever your reasons, I appreciate the help. Thanks. Don't mention it. And just like that, there we go. Ulki and Janaff are high-level hawks. They're very close to learning their mastery skills, and they're both pretty similar. However, they each have one defining trait, being their personal skills. Ulki has vigilance, which increases his evasion and dodge skills, respectively, by 20 points, so he's a lot more likely to avoid enemy attacks and enemy critical attacks whenever he's in battle. He doesn't hit particularly hard, but he is pretty speedy, and that's about it, really. He's solid all around. Janaff, on the other hand, oh boy. Compared to Ulki, he hits harder. He also is a bit more accurate. Actually, a lot more accurate thanks to Insight. Not only does it increase his hit rate, it also increases his vision. You don't really get to see much of this in action, though, because there's only one more Darkness chapter that he may or may not be able to take part in, and that's it. But in the chapter, if you do decide to play him in that map, it's pretty nice. Normally, Vert Lagoos have zero vision when they're transformed, but regardless of what form Janaff is in during Fog of War, he gets +5 vision, so he's able to see pretty far and even further if he uses a torch. Since Janaff is only one level away from 30, you can use the Satori sign in Ulki's inventory on Janaff after one level of bonus experience, and he'll have his mastery skill immediately. That A rank strike is his only real weakness, and he'll get to S rank no problem at all. He's super good. A lot of people, myself included, consider him the best non-royal Lagoos in the game. And you bet your sweet billies I'm going to be using him for the rest of this adventure. Ugh, bad time to get my words mixed up. So yeah, now that all this is done, yeah, this battle's pretty much set in stone. We don't have to do anything else. Since we're changing perspectives yet again, March is now the enemy battle theme. That guy's still pretty far away. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you. I don't know where that Swordmaster's going, but he's being pretty silly. How far away is this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm gonna wait another turn before I do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Attack from here, then I can push her out of the way. Or rescue her, whichever. There. Easy fix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right where I am, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's always a chance that Shade could miss, so I'm just gonna move you out of the way. Let's just get that out of here. Nice try. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. These reinforcements are going to chase us down, but they shouldn't be able to reach us with the remaining turns that we have. cute little optical illusion there of having multiple enemies disguised as a single enemy. Whoa! Whoa! No thanks. I also want to make special mention, since I forgot to do this at the start of the chapter, you want to pay close attention to not just your skills, but also enemy skills, because they can and will activate. If you, for example, use disarm or corrosion, they will affect their weapons, and you could potentially break something valuable, so be careful with that. Okay, you two are gonna have to camp over here. You're only one turn away from transforming, so that's fine. This chapter is in the bag. Where are those guys going? Nothing more that way. There's just these two left. Got a little full of myself thinking that would crit, but whatever. 2 spaces. Okay. Don't mind if I do. I gotta stop doing that. There we go. And we're done. It doesn't get any easier than that.
Janaff, the king is calling us.
Right. Good. Looks like we did it. Ike, the main force has crossed the river. We did it!
Excellent. Everyone push through. Let's meet up with the main force.
The beast soldiers are behind us. We're being attacked from behind.
The galleons.
How did they cross the river? It's not just the beasts. There are hundreds of hawks as well.
Even the Hawk tribe is here? The Banyan army never told us that they had moved out.
They got us. Commander Ike's force was just a decoy.
Staying will only increase casualties. Let's retreat.
No, Maiden. We can still fight. Please give us your orders.
I have. We shall retreat. I will not let all of you die in vain.
But... General's orders. We kept our losses to a minimum. That's enough for this battle.
Yes, sir.
Micaiah, I'm surprised. This is the first time you couldn't predict the enemy's movement.
You're right.
Micaiah! What's wrong?
So, don't. Just act normal. Everyone is watching.
What? Micaiah failed to eradicate the Laguz Alliance? No!
This looks bad, King Peleus. Is this how the people of Daein repay Banyan for all the kindness it has offered them? I'm afraid Daein and the Senate's friendly relationship ends here.
Please, wait! Give me one more chance, I beg of you!
Well, since you begged, I suppose. I will consider it.
Please, just listen. Daein remains loyal to the Senate. We will carry out any task given to us. Your whim is our command. Just, please, give us another chance.
Very well, we shall overlook your failure this one time, but only once. Farewell, young King of Daein.
Peleus.
Mother! The man you're speaking with. He is a senator from Benyon, correct? Duke Lacaine of Gados, I believe. He was here before as a part of the Empire's inspection team. He came into Persis' stead. Yes, you are quite right, Mother. That was Vice Minister Lacaine of Benyon. So, you saw us together. Tell Mother what happened. You look absolutely terrified. Does that man have something on you? Is he trying to hurt you? It's all right to tell your mother, but...
No, it's quite alright, Mother.
We were talking about the future of our two countries and how we might repair our relations. But please go back to your room. I shall go rest as well. I find myself very tired of late. Peleus, wait. Oh, my son. Peleus? What have you gotten yourself into? Oh dear. I don't like the way this sounds.